Oh, I gotta get Frank. I'll be right over.
Big thing bad was they couldn't get none of that crap to really work. It was a pain in the butt. It never, it did what it was supposed to.
Oh, the video?
Yeah.
Oh. Mike.
Yours is right there.
Mike can help you with that.
No, I think it was in here.
Oh,
The past couple of months that I've come in here, it's junk.
oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think it's very good at all. They said they've done some corrections.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, maybe Mike can show you the meetings that you missed.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure I missed it during the winter. When it's cold, I don't go out.
Yeah, but it was, certain,
Churches.
yeah. Few people, yeah, just
Blew up, huh?
special, yeah. But anyway,
Hey, all we can do is keep trying, I guess.
yeah. Good to see you. So you've been doing good?
Yeah, but, shoot, I think he would come by the house on Plant Street.
Oh, no, I know they are. I am.
I mean, now they're nice and fresh.
Yeah.
Tough.
Yeah, it's easy to do. I've got to do that. I just haven't got started yet doing anything like that.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah,
I was out there looking at it, but I shoot, I've been down a couple of times and that's it.
yeah, yeah. I'll get it.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Gary Massey. Eric Roberts. Cody Broyles.
Here.
Ron Rusher. Jay Kohler. Cindy Carling. And then our attorney, Steve Johnson's here, and then me and Kippa.
Before we get started, I would like to make an announcement since everybody's here basically because of the election. Change of plans again today. It's changed every day for the last 3 weeks last week. We talked to Karen Golden today. She is our state election official. And I talked to our lawyer today also. Because of the way our rules and our ordinances fall, this is what has to happen. Joe Roski and Jay Kohler will be on the board. They are the only two that supply packets to run for the election. So we have 4 spaces that are open and only 2 people that gave us packets to run. Therefore, we have a resolution tonight we're going to pass to vacate our election. There's no reason to have an election if we don't have enough people to fill all the spaces. So we all agree on that. Then what has to happen is before April 7th, which is election day, primary election day in Colorado, we will have the space, let me back up. Eric will be the only one that will be retained on the board besides the 2 new appointees. So there will be 3 of them. That leaves my position and 3 trustee positions open. Before April 7th, we must have letters of intent from everyone who would like to be on the board. And then we will have to appoint a mayor and 3 trustees, because if we only have just the 3 of them on the board, they can't conduct any business. They can't pay bills, they can't do anything. And we don't need to be in a special election, because that would throw us into a special election mode, and we don't want to do that either, because that's gonna cost us a lot of money to do a special election. And it wastes a lot of time. And it's time that we need, because we need to be able to pay bills, supply water, supply our trash company with what they need to get everything going. We have to have that board in place. So, Jay and I talked about it a little bit today, and we are going to ask the post office for a bulk rate, and we're going to send a letter to every household in Sugar City, explaining that if you would like to run for office, we need a letter of intent. Those letter of intents have to be in the office before the end of day on March 31st, which is a Friday. What day is that? Is it Friday? It's a Tuesday.
No,
Yeah, I think you're right, it's a Tuesday. Our next scheduled meeting is April 1st. That way the board will have that day, all of us, to look at the letters, and we can actually make a recommendation, or we can put 3 people and a mayor on the board. So if you're interested in becoming a member of the council, I suggest you send a letter to Vicki or Kayla before March 31st at the end of the day. So other than that, are there any questions? I mean, I know there's a lot of questions surrounding this. Yes, Kim?
Can the council explain so that everyone understands for the next week why this is happening, so that people understand that this could have been avoided?
Well, we took Karen Goldman's word for it. I mean, we talked to her a couple weeks ago, and we were doing what she had told us to do. And then our lawyer calls and says, I don't think this is right. So he got to looking into it, and he says she's wrong. So we put a call into her, and she immediately called us back. In fact, Jay was in the office when she called back to me.
But didn't the council know that this was gonna be a problem before now, when you wrote the ordinances, that you can't write an ordinance and enforce it on yourself?
We didn't ever think about it. No, we didn't know. So we took, she is the state election official, so we took her word for it. I mean, you know, she's supposed to be the know-all ruler of the town, and it didn't happen. So, and she did tell me that she was not correct with what she told us. Because we actually sent her our ordinances. When they were adopted, we sent her everything she needed to know. And she did the homework, and she told Vicki, Vicki has it in writing. Vicki has the emails from her that says this is what you do, so that's what we were doing. And then we found out today it was wrong. I'm just glad we found out today instead of further on down when we were in a mess with this.
Such
I
a
mean, this is
good
still-
thing,
Huh?
such a good thing. I'm glad somebody did some homework.
So, but anyway, so is there any other questions? Okay, so with that, we'll move on. The Roberts Rule of Order, the video, I think that is more of a workshop than a,
Well, the intention is to show everyone how the rules are supposed to work, how it's one at a time, we all speak, everybody gets a voice. Everyone gets to be heard. Robert's Rules of Order is something that is very old, I think it's like an 800-page book. This is a very, very condensed version that shows how we need to conduct business to avoid the chaos that has eaten this town alive for 2 years. So I'm gonna play it, I'm gonna hope everyone pays attention to it. With enough time, maybe some repetition, everyone will understand that this is not a personal attack stage. We all need to conduct city business here. Whatever your neighbor has against your neighbor is none of our problem. Our business is city business, policy,
So I'm gonna ask everyone, myself included, we're all gonna start following these rules. We're gonna try. And the people that won't let us complete this will be ruled the problem. Fair enough?
Hi, my name is Tim Wynn. I'm a professional parliamentarian, and that means I travel around the country helping organizations have better meetings. In my experience, members want two things in a meeting. They want their voices heard and their votes counted. And that is precisely the function of parliamentary law, which is concerned with preserving the rules and protecting the rights of members. The purpose of parliamentary law is to facilitate the smooth and orderly transaction of business in a meeting. At the end of the day, if the will of the assembly prevails within the boundaries of the rules, I know I've done my job. Most meetings are governed by over 700 pages of rules in parliamentary law, which I will now sum up in 3 minutes. Needless to say, this is not intended to be a thorough review of the rules, but merely a brief summary that merely skims the surface of parliamentary law. But I hope you'll find it helpful. I'll start with some of the basic rules of debate. The first rule is that only one member speaks at a time, and you must be recognized by the chair to speak. So how does a member seek recognition? In a large meeting, a member rises or goes to a designated microphone stand and says, "Madam President," or "Mr. Chairman," as the case may be. The chair then recognizes the member by saying, "The chair recognizes the member," or "The chair recognizes the delegate at microphone 1," or "The chair recognizes Commissioner Johnson," whichever is most appropriate based on the size and nature of the meeting. In small boards and committees, members may raise a hand to be recognized instead of standing or going to a microphone. But in any case, once recognized by the chair, the member has the exclusive right to be heard at that time. That means that no one can interrupt you to rebut what you're saying or to add their own comments to the debate. When a member is finished speaking in debate, that member sits back down, or in a small board or committee, that member might end his comments by saying, "Thank you, Madam President." Other members can then seek the floor and be recognized by the chair. And the chair must recognize any member who seeks the floor while entitled to it. Next, debate must be germane to the pending motion. So the motion comes first, then debate must be confined to the merits of that motion. This means that anything that is said in debate must relate to whether or not the pending motion should be adopted. It would not be in order to talk about another motion that came up earlier in the meeting, or a motion that's scheduled to come up later in the meeting. And comments on any other unrelated topic or issue are not in order while this motion is immediately pending. Any comment on any other matter is simply idle discussion, which is a major hindrance to the transaction of business. Once debate is finished on the pending motion, it is put to a vote. Then the assembly moves to the next item of business, where debate will be in order on the next main motion placed before the assembly before it is put to a vote. Now let's take a quick look at how the rules of debate apply to an amendment. Whenever a main motion is made and seconded, the chair states the question on it, thereby placing it before the assembly for consideration. At that point, it is the immediately pending motion. It can then be debated by the members. If at some point a member makes an amendment to that motion, and if the amendment is seconded, the chair then places the amendment before the assembly for consideration, and the amendment becomes the immediately pending motion. So debate on the amendment is in order. However, debate on the main motion is not in order at this time, since debate must be confined to the amendment while it is the immediately pending motion. After debate on the amendment is finished, it is put to a vote, and then the main motion once again becomes the immediately pending motion. And once again, debate on the main motion is in order. Next, debate alternates between those in favor and those opposed. So the chair might say, "The last speaker spoke in favor of the motion. Would any member like to speak against the motion?" This practice of alternating back and forth keeps the debate balanced, but it can also save the assembly time. For example, if 15 members are prepared to speak in favor of a motion, they will tend to do just that if the chair simply continues to ask whether there is any debate, even if there are only 2 members who wish to speak against the motion. But if the chair alternates between those in favor and those against, then he will recognize a member to speak in favor, and when the member is finished speaking in debate, the chair will say, "The last speaker spoke in favor of the motion. Would any member like to speak against the motion?" The chair then recognizes a member to speak against, And when that member is finished speaking, the chair continues alternating in this fashion, asking each time for a member on the opposite side of the last speaker. Soon, the chair will say, the last debate was in favor. Is there any debate against? There will be no answer to the chair's call from the two members who already spoke against it, since a member cannot make a second speech on the same question the same day until every member who desires to speak on it has had an opportunity to do so once. This also means the members who have already spoken in favor of the motion cannot speak again until all those who wish to speak have had an opportunity to speak once. But in our example, there are many others who do wish to speak in favor, but none that wish to speak against. So, since there is no debate in opposition, the chair will say, is there any further debate in favor? And after a few more speeches in support of the motion, with the chair calling for opposing debate after each turn and getting no response, those who had planned to speak in favor will discover that they don't all need to speak in support of the motion, since there doesn't seem to be considerable opposition. And this allows the assembly to more quickly move to a vote. Now, to be clear, if all 15 members still want to speak in favor, they have that right. But from a practical standpoint, after a few unopposed speeches supporting the motion, it's unlikely all of them will find it necessary to continue piling on support. The same is true when many members wish to speak against a motion and they discover no one is speaking in favor of it. Next, all debate is through the chair. When speaking in a meeting, members address all their comments to the chair instead of addressing another member directly. This is because if a member is specifically talking to another member, it can start to feel like a private conversation that excludes the rest of the assembly. This can also lead to other private conversations popping up in the meeting, leading to a breakdown of decorum and order, which results in an unproductive meeting. Remember that what is said in debate is for the benefit of all the members in attendance. This is why all remarks are addressed to the chair. Also, when someone addresses you specifically, you have a natural tendency to want to respond immediately, and even to engage in a dialogue with that person. And if someone is disagreeing with your position, it starts to feel personal if the comments are directed specifically to you. So a member would not address another member in debate and say, Bob, you're right about needing to raise money, but you know you aren't going to be able to get volunteers for this. Who's going to want to come out in the snow to wash cars? Instead, after obtaining the floor, the member would address the chair and say, Madam President, I agree with the last speaker. A fundraiser is a good idea. But I don't think having a car wash in December will work. It'll be nearly impossible to get volunteers to wash cars in the freezing cold. Next is a rule that must always be strictly enforced. A member cannot speak against another member in debate. Members should always keep in mind that it is the motion that is being debated, not the maker of the motion, and not any member who spoke in favor or against the motion. If the chair hears any derogatory comments made about a member, the chair must immediately interject by saying something like, the chair will remind the member that any comments against another member are not in order. And if any member uses any derogatory terms in regard to another member, such as lie, liar, or fraud, the chair must immediately interject by saying, for example, the chair will advise the member that those comments are not in order in debate. Now I'd like to turn to a time-saving mechanism in parliamentary law known as unanimous consent, which all members should be aware of. This is when the chair says, if there is no objection, then explains what will happen if there's no objection. For example, the chair might say, if there's no objection, $50 shall be donated to the ABC Foundation. The chair then asks, is there any objection? If no member objects, the chair says, since there is no objection, $50 shall be donated to the ABC Foundation. By using unanimous consent in this way, the chair skips the formal steps involved in handling a motion. The principle is that when there's no opposition to taking a certain action or adopting a certain motion, there's no need for the assembly to take up its time with the formal process. This is a valid method of adopting a motion in parliamentary law because any member has the right to object. So, how does a member object? Well, when the chair says, is there any objection? Or at any time when it is clear that the chair is asking for unanimous consent, a member simply says, objection, or I object. A member doesn't need to be recognized to object, and the member doesn't have to provide a reason for objecting. When there is an objection, the chair simply follows the formal process for handling the motion. When a member objects, it isn't necessarily the proposed action or the adoption of the motion that the member is objecting to. The member is simply objecting to skipping the formal steps. Next, I'd like to briefly cover a motion in parliamentary law called previous question, which is sometimes informally referred to as calling the question. This motion is designed to end debate and bring the pending question to an immediate vote, but it is often misused and often misunderstood. There is a misconception that while a motion is being debated, a member can just shout out, "I call the question," or simply question, and that this
If I can
brings
hear you
debate
over
to a
this, you need to be
halt
quiet,
and forces
please.
the chair
Thank
to put the pending motion to an immediate vote. This is not how the motion works. Let's take a look at some key characteristics of the motion so that we can better understand how it does work. The motion can be made by any member who has the floor. This means that a member can't just shout out previous question. You have to be recognized by the chair before you can make the motion. In other words, it has to be your turn to speak in order for you to move the previous question. Also, the motion previous question requires a second. So if it doesn't receive a second, then it simply dies for lack of a second, and debate continues on the pending motion. Also, the motion previous question is not debatable. So when it is moved and seconded, the chair simply puts it to an immediate vote. And whether it is referred to by its formal name, previous question, or whether a member says, "I move to end debate," or simply says, "Enough talking, let's vote already." In any of these cases, any motion to limit or end debate requires a 2/3 vote for adoption, and the chair should always ensure that the assembly is clear on the effect of adopting such an order. This has been a very quick look at a few of the rules that assist the members in transacting business in a meeting. I encourage you to continue your parliamentary education by taking advantage of the many resources available on our site, including the premium videos and training courses. I hope this helps.
I believe we can all agree that Cindy is the chair as the mayor. So if we all conduct ourselves through one person, the personal attacks can stop, we can get to business. Cindy?
Thank you. Do we have any for the executive session that anyone knows of? I don't believe we do.
Over employees?
You have to be careful when you speak about employees in executive session though, because you can't do personal matters.
Okay, so we should table that.
Table.
Well, either of the employees in the executive session with you guys. That's the other way to do it.
That's fine, we can get to the next.
We're tabling the executive session, is that what you said?
We're going to table the discussion we were gonna have with the executive.
Thank you.
The next thing is the approval of the minutes from February 25th. I think everybody has a copy of it. I'd like to call for a motion to approve those. Thank you. Second? Gary second. Oh, I'm sorry, Gary didn't hear you. Okay. All in favor? Any opposed?
I understand.
And Eric abstains because he was not here. Changes or additions to the agenda. We do need to add under new business F, and it's the swearing in of the 2 new members. We also need to add on number B, we not only need to talk about truck 10, but about truck 7. Is there anything else that anybody would like to add or?
Are you adding information that was redacted off of the vacated agenda from last time? So 10 o'clock collections and traceries or no?
That's, I think that'll all fall under our two.
Okay.
Okay. If those are the only two things, can I call for a, motion to approve the changes to the agenda? Eric made the motion second,
I say,
Jim second, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay. We'll move to public comment. Kim, you're first.
public comment?
I'm good.
Tricia? Okay. Angel?
Yes.
Will you come to the podium, please?
Oh, thank you. So many of you know that I have had problems in town with people telling me to take my dog somewhere else, to go away with my dog and to leave my dog at home or get lost or et cetera, et cetera. I'm here to let everyone know the dog is my service animal and he will be coming with me to all meetings and to almost everywhere that I go. So be informed. I don't want to hear any more flack. If he doesn't belong, he can't come in. Legally, he does belong, and legally, he can come in. And that's all. Thank you. Sam. We're gonna talk about Samson, talk about water.
Are we done? with public comment?
Huh?
Are we done with public comment?
No, I was gonna say something for public comment. Is it still public comment?
And then, you wanna say
No, I
anything
just,
for public comment?
Oh,
sorry.
I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you, Sam.
You don't need to sign in.
He's on our business.
I just wanted to hear your voice twice, that's all it was, I'm sorry. Scarlett.
So I'm just addressing a comment that was made a little bit earlier that we didn't know about, the things earlier with the election. You and I had a conversation a little bit ago and I forewarned all of you about this and I was told that I was wrong. And
I were wrong.
and that we would be speaking to Karen Goldman. And poor Karen, if anybody knows, and Cindy and I both know because we've worked with Karen in previous elections, that poor woman is swamped with every election, city, county, state, during election season. So it's gonna take a while to get back to her. So I want on the record that it shows that unfortunately, council was told about this months prior. I believe it was January when we spoke. And I tried to tell you guys and I was told that I didn't know what I was talking about. So I don't appreciate like not being at least heard. Like I understand that we had differing opinions, but I wish.
And I thought the same thing that you did.
I wish that I had been heard better from not just the mayor, but the council as a whole. So this is just a whole across the board. Because while I'm not the smartest tool in the shed, I'm not also the dullest tool in the shed. So I'm just letting you guys know that no, we were told back in January what needed to happen. And now we come to find out I was actually right because I went to those trainings and I did all of the things, so thank you.
And like I said, I took her word for it 3 or 4 weeks ago because that's what she told us, that she is supposed to be the guru. So, because I did agree with you.
Yep.
When we spoke. Yep. So, and then she told me that basically I was wrong. And so I thought maybe I was wrong because I'm not an election official. That's not my job to know that, you know?
Right.
So, thank you, I appreciate it. Can you start?
Are we on public comment right now?
I just
wanted to, I had addressed a couple of things at the beginning of my comments last meeting, and I was hoping for visit a couple of things that didn't get discussed. The mosquito mitigation and also the applicants for sure.
I can actually address that with my report. That's it, that's all.
Sure, we have others.
Oh, we're not saying, I'm sorry.
We also have John and Nicola. I'm not sure if others, looks like Marissa Jackson.
Oh, see, I don't like this because I can't see what's going on over there.
Yeah, I think next time we'll move the TV over centered for everyone.
So John will go right after Monday. So, okay,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
Hi, the last time I was here, I've been to 3 meetings, I think. 10 years I've been paying taxes. They're both under your watch, Cindy, but, Crystal threatened to F me up, and that's on 4 different cameras, and none of y'all care. None of you. It's on 5 videos. Nobody cared. Now, if I threatened to do that to anybody here, would I be escorted out?
Everybody was escorted out.
I'm saying, but it's okay for her to say that she's gonna F me up. That's what I'm saying. I pay taxes for 10 years. She doesn't rent or own. And it's okay for,
I don't think this is the forum where we should address this.
pardon me, it's a felony. I'm disabled and an elderly.
You'll have to call the sheriff.
Maybe you should call the sheriff's office and file.
Okay, well, it's against, Colorado statute 189106. Colorado statute 183206, 189111, it's a felony. And I think she shouldn't even be here.
Can't stop her.
She doesn't even live here.
It doesn't matter.
That's what the sheriff's saying.
Cindy, I'm sorry if I'm speaking out of turn, but we just watched Robert Rule of Order.
And we are not following it.
That's not a civic thing.
We control the meeting.
So, okay, that's the end of the public comment. Oh, I'm
Nope.
sorry. I'm sorry. I forget who got this. John, can you hear me?
Mr. DiNicola?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
So,
3 minutes.
I got a couple of issues. First, I have a couple of outstanding core requests. One of them is especially interesting because one of them entails videos that were taken by Mr. Roberts after the alleged break-in of Town Hall. Those are public records, and as of yet, I have yet to receive them. I'm going to put the city, the town of Sugar City on notice. For every day that my core request is late, I charge $75 a day per violation on my core request. That is nothing but a demand. Those records that he created, if he had destroyed them, I expect Mr. Johnson, being an officer of the court, to file charges under 18-8-114, which would be the abuse of public records and or destruction of public records. I hope I'm making myself kind of crystal clear here, because, you know, you guys seem to think that you're toying with somebody that doesn't know the law, and I clearly do. I'm tired of playing games. Also, we also have pictures that were taken and sent to a worker in the town hall that the mayor knew about. And as a matter of fact, I believe they call them dick pics. So I also requested them, not because I want them, but to prove that you guys have on your fire department, your volunteer fire department, these people that seem to preying on folks, whether they be sex offenders or what have you, seems to be the way to go. You also haven't fired the CDL driver with the sex offender registry. You know, the 54-year-old gentleman. Yeah, we all wouldn't know about him. And you know, you guys may think you turn a blind eye, but again, if that clown reoffends, you know who's on the hook? You guys, because you've been warned, not once but twice. Fix the issues. I want those requests filled.
I don't think I used my 3 minutes, I'm gonna come back and use my other half, if that's okay.
No, you're gonna have to go to the end of the line. because-
Oh, that's fine, that's fine.
Does anybody else have their hand up?
Looks like Marissa Jackson. Marissa Jackson.
You're on the agenda. Marissa?
Marissa, go ahead. Can you hear us, Marissa?
I apologize, technical difficulties. Sugar City isn't struggling because of bad luck. It's struggling because of bad leadership. At some point, the excuses run out. When a town starts falling apart, services failing, concerns ignored, and officials dodging accountability, that's not a coincidence. That's management. The people of this town pay taxes for competence, not chaos. They deserve leadership that can actually manage a budget, maintain infrastructure, and respond to public without acting like scrutiny is a. Let's be clear. When officials only start paying attention after things hit a breaking point, that's not leadership, that's damage control. So here is the real question. Who's being held accountable? Because right now, it looks like the people running things expect the public to just sit down, stay quiet, and accept the decline. That's not how this works. If leadership won't step up, then it's time for outside oversight to step in. Because the people of Sugar City deserve better than excuses, deflection, and a town that's being ran to the ground.
Is there anyone else?
Anyone else?
I have a comment. I just can't figure out how to put my hand up on the phone.
Mr. Lloyd?
Yeah, I just wanted to tell Cindy, thank you for lying to me twice. I greatly appreciated that. I also wanted to put everybody on notice that she's about to cost the town.
What?
So,
I don't think there is.
Marissa, can you please mute your mic?
Marissa, can you mute your microphone? Go ahead, sir.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna repeat myself because I don't know how much you heard with the background noise. But I just want to thank Cindy for lying to me twice. I wanted to put everybody on notice that she is about to cost the town. Well, your whole board's about to cost the town because apparently they don't know the meaning of pro se. Just wanted to give you that FYI. Wanted to tell you that our man News Weasel over there, he's watching for us. We've got eyes everywhere. Thanks, News Weasel. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.
Anyone else?
Okay, I'm gonna finish right now. Also, another thing, one of my problems was, that's in my idling for hours. And, how would I think, Cindy, that you would help me in any kind of way when your car's over there? That's the only meth house we have in the neighborhood. When I moved in there, it's like 8 of them. That's the only one left. How do I know that? I've heard it from your brother and everybody that works for the town. And your car's there. So why would you help me with this in mine? Or why would you help me with Crystal threatening me, threatening to F me up, but she's old enough to be my kid or my grandkid? Why would you help me do any of it? Because the only reason she's here now is because of you, isn't it?
I would be fine. She's
I got your car in her yard at the fence.
How does she have my car?
Well, her car's in my shop right now getting fixed.
You're
so-
supposed to put your hand up.
I
and
did,
say,
I
"Excuse
did,
me."
as I was
Talk to
talking
us.
to
Well, you
Please,
know-
everyone, one at a time. Only the person at the podium speaks to the mayor.
Well, here's
Otherwise,
what
it
I would
breaks
do with all
down.
the other stuff that's not civic, because you guys breaking all these other rules. You know, but it's just okay for her to do it.
Moving on. After public comment.
You know, we can meet our maker any day, you and I. That's how you wanna meet your maker, acting the way you're acting right now, okay? Good luck with that.
Is that a threat?
I know, that's all.
That's enough. All comments go to the mayor.
Been sick is all.
Mr. Wilson, I believe we're ready to move on.
He was on the agenda.
She's on the agenda. She's on the agenda.
Strike that off the agenda.
I just wanted to hear the voice twice.
I went to Oswald, they had their annual meeting. And we went together, voted in new officers, 2 of them. We do have a water shortage this year, snowpack. It's gonna be around 60% and it's dropping more and more. We're at historic lows. I mean, they have it recorded. This low of snowpack at this time ever been recorded. And with these warm days and stuff, it's gonna get ugly. I got a hold of Southeast Water and I went over and talked to Agua. Southeast says we used 138 acre feet of water. We're allowed 200, and I believe it is 85 acre feet of water behind the Pueblo Dam. Now,
Is that for 25?
that's for this year.
This year already?
26 already?
Yes, this comes due in June.
Oh, that's right, okay.
We have to hop up the money for the project water that the town is gonna buy. And we need to keep our augmentation water up to around that 285 acre feet.
Okay.
I don't think, personally, I don't think they're gonna lease us the full 100. I'm gonna say 142 acre feet is what I kinda got penciled in. But if we put in for it, make them say no, that you can only get 80 acre feet. Or whatever their
Yeah, because they'll send us a
process
letter
is
back,
gonna be.
right? They'll
Yeah.
send us a letter and tell us how much we can have.
No, you already got that letter.
Oh, okay.
They don't tell you how much you can have. They're requesting that you get by with the least amount of water that you can. But I'm a greedy person. I feel like if our account is full and something happens, this drought continues, next year we may only get 20% of the water. The feds do not care if you run out of water. We had that problem here 4 years ago, or 5. And they was actually gonna shut the wells down, which would have put everybody out of water. And they have the right to do that. We can't stop them. So we have to have the augmentation water sitting there. Now, the augmentation water this year is gonna be $21.90 an acre foot. I figured that out at $3,022.20, I believe is what it's gonna be for the 142 acre feet of water. And
And when do we have to have that into?
thinking it's June 10th. I can look at the paperwork at the end. I'm sure Vicky's got a copy of it there. You still got a copy, Vicky, of that paperwork from Southeast?
Yeah, I do have it.
And does that go to Pueblo Board of Water Works?
No, it goes to Southeast Colorado Water District. That's who that goes to. The only, Pueblo Board of Water Works is the ones that they're pushing for this conduit. And I don't want to get started on that tonight. Because that's, I'll be honest with you, I've looked into this whole conduit and it's a fraud. Yes.
100%.
And Eads has already pulled all the way out.
Did Lamar pull out too?
Huh?
Lamar?
No,
What
the
Lamar?
thing is nobody should pull out until they absolutely have to. Because if they change the rules or something happens where they're topping up with the money and stuff, don't cut our own throats. You know, wait till it comes down to the nut cutting, then do it. But my biggest thing is now is the water, the augmentation, so that we all got drinking water and bathing water. And I'll keep on top of this because we need to make sure this gets paid for. They want their money up front. You know.
It's due by June 10th, right?
But you did, that's stuff. And I don't know when Agua has their date meeting. Vicky, have you got anything on that yet?
Not yet.
When they do, I would like to attend. I ain't gonna have Sugar City pay for it though. I would like, because I would like to attend it. And I'll pay for it myself in my own, motel room for me and Grace.
Okay.
But I would like to attend it, and that's up to you board members. But it won't cost the city a dime. I'll pay for it out of my pocket, because I think I need to stay on top, or somebody needs to stay on top of this water. You know, and that's, but I wanted to bring that.
When you're ready, start calling me. Let's sit down more.
Yeah, well, Vicky will get more of a report on when that, and I'm thinking it comes in June.
I
I'm
was gonna
thinking
say, yeah. I think it's in the summer. when you guys
it's
go.
something like $500 or $600 to attend this meeting. And that's why I say I'll pay for it out of my pocket.
Oh, I'm saying
For
it.
me to attend, me and Grace to attend.
Okay.
You know, if the town wants to send somebody else, that's your guy. But I'll bring back all the reports from them, like I did the last time, and the whole 9 yards. And I think that's about all the water that I need to discuss with you. And as soon as I hear more, I'll get with you. I hear more on the conduit, I'll get with you. And I'm at you folks' leading. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So next, we're going to look at the resolution to cancel the election.
All right, resolution number,
She's right underneath her. She's up there.
resolution number 2026-001, a resolution pursuant to CRS 31-10-507 in the town of Sugar City, Municipal Code 2.68.010, canceling election. Whereas the Board of Trustees of Town of Sugar City regular municipal election is April 7th, 2026, and whereas the election was properly noticed and Orderway New Error, and whereas CRS 31-10-507 provides that the municipality may provide the cancellation of an election by ordinance where there are not more candidates than offices to be filled. At the election, at the close of business on the 64th day before the election, and where election of persons to office is the only matter on the ballot, and whereas the Board of Trustees of the Town of Sugar City previously adopted an ordinance as Sugar City Municipal Code 2.68.010, providing that the Board of Trustees may cancel election by a resolution after receiving certification from the town clerk that fewer candidates existed than the number of offices to be filled. And whereas Vicky Bauer, Town of Sugar City Town Clerk, has delivered to the Board of Trustees certification that on the 60-day period of the date prior to the election, trustees candidates existed for the three, why does it say four?
Oh, it should be 2. Because I'm sorry.
We need to make an amendment.
3 needs to be made 2, and the 4, because there's 4 trustee seats and only 2 people ran the competition.
Now therefore be resolved by the Board of Trustees of the Town of Sugar City as follows. 1, the Board of Trustees received proper certification from the Town of Sugar City Town Clerk at the close of business on the 62nd day prior to the date of regular municipal election set for April 7th, 2026. There were not more candidates than offices to be filled. The Board of Trustees finds that conducting of an election with no more candidates than office wastes resources of the Town of Sugar City and provides no benefit to the citizens of the town. Number 3, the Board of Trustees cancels the regular municipal election set for April 7th, 2026, and orders the town clerk to publish notice of the cancellation in Orderway New Error, and post notice of cancellation at the municipal polling place and one other location within the Town of Sugar City in order to inform the electors. 4, adopted and approved this 18th day of March 2026.
Need a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve with the amendment.
Okay,
Cancel motion for, calculation.
oh,
And number 3,
calculation should be cancellation.
So with errors, are we able to still pass it or?
Yes, we could still pass it, yeah. And then on number 2, the that in Canada should be that, not that. And number 1, I'm sorry, number 1, that should be that, or that. And not more that.
Guess we could move that.
So with those two changes. Did I get a second? Eric second. Can we roll call this?
I'm sorry.
Roll call.
Jay.
Yes.
Gary Massey.
Yes.
Cody Boyles.
Yes.
Eric Roberts.
Yes.
Ron Rusher.
Yes.
Cindy Carly.
I'm going to ask that we remove the because she can object to that, really changing on E would never be. Just switch those two from E to the next. Is it within our objection? Okay, E.
Yes. They're not gonna see me here, so I can. Okay, I've got 3 different copies.
Thank you.
The first one is called Spring Cleanup Day. Are we going to have this year?
I'm sure.
Do you have any idea of what dates?
We will have to give the trash guys.
Do you know what times maybe it will be?
It'll be the same, it'll be the
Friday, Saturday.
Friday, Saturday, and half a day Sunday, I think is what we usually do.
Next question. I would like to put in that is a survey mandatory?
A survey is not mandatory, but you have to leave enough of the easements so that we can, have access to the alley, like to your water meter, things like that.
And call 811 before you dig.
Yeah, you can't put the fence in until you call 811 so they can locate your lines, so you don't accidentally hit a water line or something. So you'll have to do that, and we can help you if you need help with that.
Can you tell me on the, if I don't have to have the survey, how do I know how far back on the easement is?
Well, we can, Vicki and Kayla can tell you when you go to the office. I think is it 5 feet or 10 feet?
Or,
5?
15 from the middle of the. What? 15 from the middle.
Oh, it's 15 feet from the middle of the alley to your, where you can put the fence.
Okay. All right. How do I know what my easement would be for the next door to me, the package?
Get a survey. You have to get a
Yeah,
survey for
that,
that.
that we'd have to survey. The only thing we're worried about is the back line and to your water meter.
Okay, but there are some meant posts on that side. Posts that were, and somebody took out everything that's posts, and I just used those posts as a marker.
Are they north posts, do you know?
Yes.
Yeah, you can use those as your posts.
And I understand that on the corner of the market and where she just
they have to be able to see the vehicle coming down the road, have to be able to see the vehicle in the corner, not it.
Yes.
3 feet, and the fence right there would have to be 3 feet.
Well, I have to contain it so they can see through.
Oh, and you're perfect. Yeah.
Okay. All right, and a permit. Do I need
We have a fence permit, we have not been charging for it, but we have, just so that we kind of know who's putting up fences, so we can watch the easements and make sure that easements are being met. That's the only reason we've been handing those out. So I would suggest you probably get one, so that if there is a question, we can help you with it.
All right, is there a cost?
No. Right, Vicki, for fence permits, there's no cost, right?
I would have to look in the new municipal code, but
I don't think there is.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Because we.
Check for sure, but I don't believe there is a cost for it.
Okay. On the south side, I have a street telephone pole, so I know that I can't go on the sidewalk, but how far do I need to come from them? to the-
Are they telephone poles or electric poles?
They're electric poles. They're like those.
That's something you have to do with
That's,
Black
yeah,
Hills.
you'll have to call Black Hills because they're kind of touchy on their poles. You know, they don't want you touching their poles.
Okay. All right, so. All right. And the height of the fence, I was told you there's no should I have? 6 feet.
6 feet.
6. Okay. I'd like to put those things that they have in the White House, those angle bars. Those, they said couldn't be a problem.
It's your fence, man.
Or fiber brick, exactly. That's a good idea.
Where is anything
What?
Between properties, between the properties, how much space on each side of the property must be?
I don't think there is any space. I
But
think
maybe
it
you right
just
against
goes,
each other.
I think you could go right against.
Houses,
10
Yeah,
feet is
I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure
There's
you
no-
can right
yeah, so I was just wondering.
Yeah, your property line matches up right up with their
All
property
right, so
line.
when I put my new fence up from the one that was torn down, it was my property, I can put it right on the property.
right.
In your state, well, I would get a survey.
Oh, it's resurveyed.
Yeah, okay, you're good.
Yeah, so you already had your property surveyed.
Anything else, Eve?
So then, the front, how far do I have to reach from the road?
Okay, I can't hear Eve. Can you guys please be quiet?
15,
Yes, please. I can still hear you talking when you're
30 foot.
whispering.
30
I
foot
can
from the
barely hear
center of the
Eve.
road.
She talks quieter than you guys whisper.
It's kind of level here in front of me, and I don't know.
Then you get ready for you, we can come help you. If you'll call over and one of us will go help you.
There is blue wells and fences 6 feet on the back and 5 feet in front.
It's 15 from the
No,
road.
the fence.
The
Oh,
tall,
5 feet from the front and 6 feet from the back.
Well, it depends if it's a privacy fence or when you can see through.
Right.
Yeah.
If it's a privacy fence, you gotta be 30 feet back from the corner.
No,
So
I'm
that
just
you
saying,
can
if
see
she's
around the
chain link
corner.
fence and the average height is 5 feet from the front of the
don't
property.
quote me, but I think it's 3 feet on a fence that you can't see through.
That's what I'm saying, it's the chain link, the height
Chain
is
link,
5 feet.
it's
Is
5
it
feet.
5 or
right.
6?
No, in the front has.
It used to be 4, they raised it to 5.
Okay.
I don't know. Is there a place I can look it up?
Town ordinance, it's in our town ordinance.
Yeah.
Do we know what ordinance it is?
I'm not sure.
We just had a resolution on it, so it's,
Back
I
fence
can't.
6 feet, and the front fence 5 feet.
But I just looked at the resolutions all over the state, so they're all. Just looking up at the book.
Okay. So I just have to come down.
And we'll look up the whole statute and it should list it all out in the section.
Yeah, I know I had a 4-foot fence in front of my property, because I had big dogs before they're playing. And they raised it to 5 feet, and I was gonna put in the extra foot, 6 feet right across. Because I had big dogs, that was the whole town hall, I had no problem with that.
All right, I think that's all my fence questions. I have one more topic, and this is about the wells. And from what I understand, we have 5 wells.
Correct.
And are they all working?
They're using 4 at this point in time.
Okay, what happened to number 5?
Say what?
What happened to well number 5?
It's still there, it ain't moved.
It's just a fact.
It's just a fact, we're just not using it at this time.
I believe that's.
Okay, so it does work.
We alternate the wells.
Number 5 does work.
Yes.
Okay, good. That's good. All right, now, is the water that we get from the underground river an aquifer or what source? It's from the aquifer. Correct?
No.
And was the water tested recently?
Tested monthly.
Monthly, every month we test it, but we actually take it to Pueblo and they do the testing for us.
Good. When are the public receiving copies of the testing results?
Because we don't have the resources to send that out. to
It's
everybody, but
per
we do have-
request, I'm pretty sure.
Uh-huh.
So if you request it, we can give it to you.
Yeah, if you request it, we will give it to you. We always have a copy in the office. You're welcome to come to the office anytime and we'll give you them. We keep them in a book so you can either go back and look.
Okay. They usually just stick them on holiday.
Yeah, if something goes wrong and we have to give you a notice from the state, which could be anything from the latch was left open on a door somewhere to the fence was left open, I mean, anything like that, then we have to, put it on, give each person a notice that has water. But if everything is good, we just put them in the book and you're welcome to come in and look at it anytime.
Okay, so we're not giving me any copies because they're not requested.
No, but if you request it, we will absolutely give you copies of what you want.
And that's all I have. Thank you for
Okay.
your time.
Thank you, Lee. Okay. Building inspector discussion. Vicki? I'm gonna let you take this one.
Okay, so the building inspector.
Oh, I thought we switched those, but okay, sorry. Hold on, Vicki.
Okay.
Trash truck number 10 and trash truck number 7. Number
Seven trucks is giving the trouble.
And we took it today, right?
Yeah.
We got that. So it is advertised.
But the thing is, Ty, once he gets it done, he won't let it go until he's paid.
So, yeah.
Which needs to happen soon because 10 main cylinder is acting up and needs fixed.
Okay.
And you can only, get about 6 yards in there?
Yeah, about 6, yep.
And then they have to go down and
And
come
they
back.
have to go down.
Joy said it's a pain.
Yes.
So
So we don't know how much savings is gonna be until
I'm
we tell
guessing
this.
maybe 2,500 to $3,000, depending if it needs hubs or drums along with the
Oh, I
chutes.
know the one for sure needs a drum, without a doubt, so probably.
Yeah.
and where are we at on truck 10?
It needs a packing ram,
Is that
redone.
the $15,000?
Well, it's a big,
Yeah.
big
So
cylinder.
it would be very expensive to replace, but we can probably put a seal kit in it. To rebuild it? To rebuild it.
That would be so pretty.
Just guessing, but I think one of the seals.
Providing the ram's not scarred up.
Yeah, right.
Have we talked to Ty about that?
It was mentioned briefly, but that was it. It was more worried about getting 7 back on the road so he could then have time to look at it.
I know you're incredibly busy trying to finish the house, but if you come in tomorrow, can you call Ty? Talk to him. Okay. So we will call Ty about truck 10 tomorrow. He knows to go ahead and start on 7. So I think that's pretty much where we're at. I know that, there's some concerns about what our trash guy is gonna do tomorrow.
I don't only have one truck to
We only
run.
have 1 truck. We have 5 guys scheduled. So Gary, any recommendations?
Let them run truck 2 and then let them run 10, what they can, just go dump. I mean, everybody so far behind, even as it is, they're gonna have to run 2 trucks from Friday. To keep from falling behind, so. I mean, that's all I know to do, is run 2 trucks.
Yeah.
So since Robert and Levi are both here, let's give them specific instruction what to do in the morning, so that they can make sure everybody's on the same page.
Are you all in truck 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so they should take the new guy with them.
Okay,
That will make them a little faster, and then the other 2 can
the other
take
2 will take
truck
the other truck. Okay, so clear as mud. He just has this look on his face like,
Yeah.
What is the time frame to get it back on?
Up to Ty. Don't know what he digs in there. He's usually quick.
Private Menace Mercy.
Once he has the parts, he usually concentrates on it, gets it done, but,
He's
couple days,
usually
so.
really fast, and usually he doesn't let stuff sit.
Every minute that truck's not moving, it's not making money.
Exactly,
And
he
he
knows that.
keeps
So
stuff like parts and stuff there, so he don't always have to order everything, but he's probably gonna have to order drones or go get them somewhere, so.
Okay, are you guys good? Robert? Any more trash discussion?
Yeah, we're out of supervisor.
We are out of
That was his
supervisors.
last day, so.
We're gonna kind of wing it for a couple days.
Well, is it necessary? We have a guy now.
Huh?
We have someone we can promote up now. Gary Jr.
It's public workers.
Well, something to consider.
So for citizens who didn't get their trash emptied, is that going to be resolved?
You're on my, I put your name down. You're on my list, you're on my good list.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I got your message today.
Based on the numbers, I believe it's a dual role. Our trash supervisor could easily also fill in with public works. It's kind of hard to fill both hours at 40 hours without killing the town and wasting a lot of time and money. We had someone that was properly trained as a dual role, someone that might be familiar with Gary. And,
What about the CDL?
sir,
He's gonna be the supervisor, what about the CDL? That has to be in place.
I've actually talked to him about a CDL. I've encouraged him to. What he does is his business, but we're all for it. We've spoken to, was it C-Tran? We've
Who's
spoken
gonna
to
change them the routes? Who's gonna show them all the routes?
you.
Me.
You are number 1 trash guy. You are the Levi. You are 6 years, our years. There is nobody I have more confidence in than you.
Why couldn't he be the supervisor now?
Excellent question.
Would you be willing to volunteer for supervisor?
I said, Robert,
Thank you.
he has a CDL.
Robert's our best driver.
But he
We
knows
need
now.
him right where he is. But we'll get to that discussion. It's an open table on that.
Okay, so let's beat trash to death.
Okay.
Let's beat something else to death. Okay, Vicki, now you're up.
So I had Rick come in, because he had to look at some permits. I asked him because we have never paid him for anything since I've been here. And he said that he gets 75% of what the permits are, the fees are.
That defeats the whole purpose of what we do at all.
Yeah.
Is it your ordinance?
He just said that's what he gets paid. I didn't look through the ordinance book. I can tonight. And see if it's.
So we're talking 75% of all of
No,
them?
it's not in there. Mhm.
So that just took back everything we just made off that.
Exactly. And I told Vicky, I said, I do know that Jesus gets 50% of all their stuff at Broadway. So he probably is not far off. But that defeats the whole purpose of all of the work we've done for the last 6 months. Any ideas? 75% of,
Is this negotiable?
I don't know.
Maybe we should negotiate.
I bet you if you guys would sit down with Rick, I imagine it could be negotiable.
Feels like we were.
Let me call Rick tomorrow and ask you if he could stop by, because I know he goes through here in the morning and in the afternoon. See if he can stop by and I'll try to negotiate with you, because that's just unheard of. 75%.
What's the standard?
Let me talk to Rick and see what I can come up with, and I'll come back to you guys with it. So, okay. Angel, we're going to talk about you now. Vicky, would you like to talk about Angel also?
What?
She's right there, you want to talk
Remember,
about?
no bad language.
Yeah, just don't use that language. About her coming in.
Oh, she did say that she'd be willing to volunteer to answer phones and take messages. She's not really interested in taking money or anything, but she can answer the phones, write down messages, and then give them to us, and then even if Cindy's in her, oh, that's right. So yeah, we can return the calls.
How many hours would you be willing to volunteer? Do you have a schedule in mind?
We had already set up the schedule, yes.
It's like, on Mondays, is that what it's like?
Thursdays.
Mondays and Thursdays, like from 8:30 to noonish.
Outstanding.
I
That's
think
great.
that's great, because that seems to be when.
We need a lot of your help. Anyone that's willing to come up and volunteer responsibly, show up on time, do the job. We all need some help. It's the only way we're gonna fix the town is with everyone involved.
And answering the phones is very, very important. When people get somebody on the phone, they just get so excited. So.
It's gonna be more stressful than that. I've
Yeah.
answered many calls in the last month.
Yeah.
Many very angry customers who are upset we're not taking their money properly. So I think that will absolutely help them.
I haven't encountered anything like that yet, but I've encountered people who are like, oh, you are there.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah,
Someone was very angry.
Do we need to vote on this to approve Angel as a volunteer? I think we should.
Okay.
Vote on it. If I could have a motion
Motion?
to approve Angel to come in and volunteer those 2 days a week.
I make a motion.
Do you have a second?
Gary seconds.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. You're committed now.
Just make sure that everybody realizes the shadow.
That's fine. And Shadow wants to answer the phone, have it. That would be great. So now we're gonna swear in the 2 newest members of the board. So that would be Joe Roski, and you want to be called Jerry or Jay?
I'm already sworn in, right?
Yeah, but we're swearing you in for the next round.
Okay. Do I need to stand over there?
Sorry. Okay, you must stand. I have to stand, everybody has to stand.
I guess.
We're going to raise your right hand, please. Push back for a minute. I, and state your name,
I, Ross Oliver,
do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
by the ever-living God
by the ever-living God
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
and the laws of the State of Colorado,
and the laws of the State of Colorado,
and will faithfully perform the duties of the office
and perform the duties of the office
of trustee
of trustee.
upon which I am about to enter to the best of my ability.
Now we do it, not to enter, that's my ability.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You can have my seat, I'll find.
Can I ask a question about this one again? Since y'all canceled the election, does this mean that y'all are appointing Joe and Jake and that they have 2-year terms? Are they still elected and get 4-year terms? Did y'all just effectively take away 2 years from them?
No, they're elected for 4 years.
Without an election, they're elected?
Yeah.
Well, we need to, we're not gonna have election.
Because they would have automatically filed it anyway, because there's only 2 of them running the court cases.
They just.
So if there's only 2 people on the ballot and say there's 4 open
File
seats,
them.
there's no point in running an election because they would automatically run in those seats because there's no write-in candidates to,
I need.
I'm just
Run against
clarifying
them.
the term limits.
no, I'm just saying. And yeah, it is 4 years.
They tried to pull a lot of nonsense this week.
We're not voting for mayor.
I have no idea what they're doing. Yes, she is.
What happened with the behind the cave?
Well, the fire, we flushed it and everything was flowing good, so right now, I'm not exactly certain what's going on.
Oh,
It was flowing
it's
good,
fine.
but they're, they got dry water in it.
Okay, when Eric goes, that kind of scares me. I mean, could it be from their house to the?
Well, no, but here's the thing, they put a new line in from the house all the way up to the house, out by the meter pit. There was one meter pit, there was 2 cleanouts, and there were probably 8, 10 feet of sewer main. And
Didn't they
they,
just do that like last year?
no, they did it a month ago.
Oh,
It
I
hadn't been that
thought
long.
it was a year ago. Well, maybe it has been.
And they had a guy come over, he had to be with his machine, and he had a camera and looked down through there. And he went 75 feet down the main in the alley and hit the block before he couldn't go no more. So he was thinking that it was, the block. My friend watering that stuff down from the other manhole this afternoon, and had a good flow there behind the old bar over there. And, could be just more stuff that's right in their pipe in the main where it dumps in. You could be shoved down there,
Okay,
hard to say.
so we don't need to call
I'll give it,
Simon for Wyman?
I'll call Jacob and talk to him,
Okay.
and maybe he can look back and go back over again and run it from those areas to the main and see what's going on. Now, see if I can find out.
Okay, good.
Does Becky come going along with that?
Getting close.
I think they still have some stuff going through the tracks.
Yeah, I gotta get it, I need to go on the railroad
From
tracks.
the east side to west side, over done You're hoping. Are you having problems?
No, but I did beginning to wonder if they were, because all the stuff that got marked on my side of the house, there's nothing over there, so. How
Are
they
they little
open it
white
up?
marks?
Huh?
Are they little white marks?
Oh, no, they're flag, orange, yellow, you name it, and white. And are they can't, there's nothing over there to protect it, because there's nothing there. Nothing, yeah. Are they hooking up those marks thingies to the power poles or what?
Well, I'm not sure just how the T-Com's gonna do the wiring going to the houses for the internet. The way it looks are gonna be overhead, coming off the power pole going to the house, just like your phone line.
Oh, I don't have no wires at my house.
Then they'll have to either board over to your place.
Back to Quayne Corner. I will call to Quayne Corner. We'll all do that. And I did that. So, do you have anything else, Michael? Do you have a trash report, clerk's report, do you have anything?
Yeah, I just have a few things. I will pass it down. This is, when our awnings, got messed up from that hailstorm. We couldn't get a hold of the company, but there was somebody that just recently purchased it and reached out to me. So I did give you an estimate. These are the same people, but they changed their name. They used to be Pride City Awnings. Now they're Diverse Design. And so that's what he gave us for the estimate. I don't know, I could reach out to Sursa because I'm not really sure if they'll cover it, because they did take note of the damage.
Can you give more estimates?
We couldn't find any other places.
Sursa told us to go to Pride City to get it.
Cindy, what about Kenny?
That's BS.
How? He's here. Is he here? In the
I will, Vicky, when I come in tomorrow, would you make a note for me to get you a guy's name and we could get him to give us a quote? I know it's not $9,000. That is a lot of money.
Because they're charging us $700 for 330 miles to come.
And then, Cindy, there's also Carl
Well,
Mayer, who's very good.
He's in Pueblo.
Carl Mayer.
That's not because
Oh,
But he's done.
can you bring me a phone number? Okay. And Marge is gonna bring us a phone number also.
He's very reasonable.
Lot of money for this little blind outside.
But this
They're
was
sure
true.
they're having cannabis, I don't understand why. They just,
I didn't.
Moving on, okay. Next, Vicky?
There is, with PVC, I don't know if we bought any PVC between 2021 and I'm pretty sure not since, I don't know,
We did for the
early
sprinkler line.
2025, did we?
Yeah, for the sprinkler line.
Okay, well then I will go ahead and pass these down. There's a lawsuit about that, so, and they were reaching out to us. And then the next thing is, QuickBooks sent out something for on deck. It looks like lines of credit. I'm not saying we should do that, I'm just passing that because they did give that to you guys.
Did you get a line or a application for credit from your account? They told me, Jess told me you'd be sending you one, and you need to get that back.
I did not see anything coming from him.
Okay, well, we need to work on that.
Okay,
He said that whatever contract we had ended at the end of 25, so everybody, including us, now has to apply for credit.
okay.
Yeah.
This is, Jerome's,
Letter.
yeah. This is a complaint that somebody put in. I believe this is the paperwork that Sam was talking about. That's the original, so please don't lose it. Thanks.
maybe you should sit here.
Yeah, I'm thinking that might be the best use here. Yeah, I know, that's what I said.
So we'll apply for this year. And yet we'll go on top of that. Like the president.
The next paper, that I think you have, Jay, is. Oh, yes, that is, they came out probably February, to look at the damage to the actual trucks. there was only, I believe, one truck because it was, like it wasn't too old. There's like something in there that we can't go over. I think it's, do you remember what it is? I think it might be like 8 or 10 years old or something. So the one truck, I think it was the trash truck, and they did check out the town truck. And so that's their report. And then all I have is some paperwork from McGuire, that guy that had talked to us about the water tower. If you guys want any of his pamphlets and stuff that he sent, they're here. And he said he will, I think, get back to us in April to talk to you guys about that. More about what you asked in the last meeting that he talked to you guys, and that's it.
Anything else?
That's it.
Jay?
I have 5 points. First one being the letter to the town announcing the letter of intent. I wrote one up as we discussed earlier. Just had Mr. Johnston read it. Made a couple of quick changes. It's very generic, very open. Did not get a chance to print it. I can read it out loud if you'd like, or we can get to that later.
Let's get it printed tomorrow. I should be here tomorrow. And we'll get it printed and start.
Do we need a motion to do that?
I don't, do we?
Doesn't hurt.
Okay, I need a motion to send out a letter of intent to every address in the city limits
As a bulk.
as a bulk weight, and I'm sure Cynthia can do it for us. So we can get letters of intent from members of the board. So they would like to make that motion.
I'll make the motion.
Need a second?
I'll second.
Okay, and all in favor?
Alright.
Aye.
I'll have that tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, and we can get it printed and get it
Yes, ma'am.
sent out.
I tried to give it to the post office today. They didn't want anything.
Can she give us the addresses, or do we?
No, we hand her a pile.
Uh-huh,
We walk right into that building, hand her a pile. She walks right to the boxes and puts them in. That's all there is to it. And it costs about, well, I did it 2 years ago to every resident in Sugar City. It cost me $38 for shipping. It did not take 2 days to get it handled.
perfect.
And I will get with the postmaster tomorrow. She's easy to talk to.
Okay.
All right, that's the first one. Second are the phones. Our phone system is operated on VoIP, which is an internet-based system. Set up properly with our Starlink, we can get much better service. Also, we are paying for an absolutely ridiculous amount of extra features that we have not touched. It's no one's fault, but there's no one to take the charge to go up and fix and straighten it out. So I'm asking for the board's permission or authorization to contact the company and to go into our phone systems and make attempts to straighten it out.
Is that Nextia?
Nextiva. It can be, right now we have 4 lines. We only need 2 of them. We are locked in a contract for the next 16 months that costs as much to get out of as it costs to pay for the service. Now, 16 months from now, we can downgrade that service from $270 or something like that down to about $100. We are currently renting our phones. There's a lot of things in the contract that are not ideal that need to be dealt with at the next contract. So all that aside, I have technical knowledge. If you will allow me, I hope I don't break it. I will attempt to straighten it out.
And how does that affect our fax line?
Fax line is a separate line. I will, before I make any changes, I will communicate very well with Nextiva before anything happens.
Okay.
But I don't want to do anything without everyone's agreement.
So what, you're gonna have to dummy it down for me. So exactly what will you be fixing?
We'll be finding out why they're not truncated properly.
Okay.
The idea is that, all right,
They're
here's a
not
great
roll-
example.
They're not rolling over. I know they're not.
We are
rolling
not
over.
getting our calls through. I have fielded numerous calls in the last month. Many of our customers are trying to get a hold of us, are trying to give us money. and they're not getting through. I've spent enough time in the office to know that the phones aren't ringing for these callers. It's not the ladies blowing them off, it's not that they're too busy, it's they're not getting through. So someone needs to look at it. More than likely, it can be fixed in a day or two. There's always a chance with technology of breaking it before you make it better. So I put that out there clearly, but somebody needs to do it. Not to mention, there are a ton of extra features, including voice response and AI that we are paying for that could be used to send, as the voicemail comes in, it will automatically translate to text and send Vicky an email. No more
It
answers.
does,
We're paying for that service, let's use it.
yeah. 'Cause
Well, let me
that's what I
enforce
think. So, yeah,
We're paying $65 a month for that particular feature, and no one's touched it. So unless someone else wants to take the lead, and I'll gladly step aside, we need our phone systems fixed so that we can get our money.
well, and I know that I've been going back through the emails and pulling the voicemails, so I know that it's doing what it's supposed to do, I think. Of course, sort of.
You don't have to agree with me, we can let them be broken
Yeah,
if you want.
well, no, that's
I'm
just,
volunteering to offer, or to fix it, but I'm, every one of these steps, I'm asking for council approval, because I'm not arguing about it.
so I think we just need a motion to approve, to let you try to
Fix the phone system.
do your magic or whatever. So, can I have a motion? Okay, Joe is the first, now I get a second. Gary's second. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay. The phone is in your lap.
Okay,
So-
I'll start on that next week.
Okay.
Security system, we just paid a back fee and the current fee to be recording online. It's not set up. Again, if you'll let me, I'll take the lead on that. I'll contact the security company. For what reason the DVR is unplugged from the internet right now, or was when I found it a couple of weeks ago, I don't understand. But I would like to fix it, because why are we paying for it if we're not using it, just like the phones?
I thought it was going to a cloud or something.
It would be if you plug the little cable in
Oh, okay.
and set it up. I don't know if it's set up, because without authorization, I'm not trying to step on toes.
Okay.
So with council approval, I will contact
That would go along with the phone. Because doesn't it all kind of,
one of the phone, one's DVR.
okay,
Two different companies, two different contracts.
where does our security come from?
Good question.
Oh.
I believe Triad, but I'm not 100%. Vicki, can you answer that question? Who provides our internet security, or our,
Our internet security or our camera storage?
That would be Alert 360.
Okay, so Alert 360, I need to find out if they even know we exist.
There is a better internet address from reporting water, but we'll just say.
Let's get them talking to our DVR.
I see that's just phone call.
It should be, and maybe a little technical stuff, but I don't want to make changes that might break something without, you know, what I'm doing.
It sounds like to me it's already broken, it just needs
It
to
is.
be fixed.
That's right.
So let's get it fixed.
Okay, can I get a motion on that?
Yes, can I have a motion to agree to let Jay make that phone call to get our security as right? Gary moved. Joe second, everybody in favor?
All right, two more points. The time clock, we're having a lot of problems tracking our time and our employees. There's been at least 2 incidences that bring up questions as to our time clock. We have QuickBooks Online for a very small extra fee, probably less than we actually pay Vicki to go manually and do it like we did in the 80s. It's a very simple app, works very well. We're already paying for almost all the features. To avoid future conflict over the time clocks, I think it is prudent to switch over now.
And what Jay showed me is you can't clock in until you're like, what, 500 feet from the building?
We set the distance. Mine happens to be like 500 feet from the house, but I think we can do it right down to right here.
Yeah.
What that allows us to do is, one, it automatically enters everyone's time into the computer. There is no more he said, she said, or a mistake or whatever. It's tracked.
Yeah.
When it's in the system, Vicky no longer has to spend 2 or 3 hours every week handwriting it out. It just makes sense. It's the way things are done these days. I personally log in on one of these apps. I believe others have. It's just modern technology. It doesn't hurt anyone. It just keeps us all honest. Is that something we can agree on?
Well, does everyone have a phone first?
Honestly, you don't have to have a phone. I worked at Thaxton's and they had a tablet where it was just mounted to the wall and you put your last 4 digits of your social security number in.
Oh.
It had your time, you clicked in, you're clocked in, you walk away.
Okay.
Because Alan, since you don't know how to use the phone. Alan don't know how to use his phone.
Well, we'll figure out a way to make it.
And she said, if you put a time tablet.
Yeah, it's literally just an app where you
We're
just
not
click
trying to
in
make
it,
you,
social
you guys
security
are
number,
on
that's
it.
it.
I thank you for your service. You aren't, we just need to be able to track it, and everyone's tired of that little mechanical deal out there, the jams.
I love you, ladies.
Well, we can't get accurate timing, and it's not a personal thing, it's just business.
That's just like this.
Okay.
Yeah, they have that much dirt inside of it, it was just awful.
It was full of dirt, the lock on it's busted, it takes 2 seconds to manipulate the time on it. It's no longer what we need.
So
How much is it to add that? I believe it was it $20 a month?
Yeah.
How much was it?
It was way more than that. I can get an exact, I just don't know.
Well, we can get to that at the next meeting, we'll get the information, but more importantly, I want it on the record, our current mechanical time clock is not doing the job.
And I
We
have
did
asked-
look at that. I've already.
Yeah, this isn't something I came up with, I think all of you already.
And I have looked at places that sell things like that in secondhand. They are so expensive, they can pay for QuickBooks over and over and over again until we get a use track that we don't know if it's even gonna work or not.
We'll put that on the agenda for next.
Yes.
Okay. And then tracking of our vehicles, following numerous reports about our vehicles being in Ordway.
Don't we have,
We did. We had Track My Truck or something. We did. So I used Track My Truck, and I found that our old brown Dodge goes to the Family Dollar very, very often. It makes unique trips, not to anywhere but the Family Dollar. I have images if you want to see it. It's all on. It's not hard to pull up. When I say specifically the Family Dollar, like go to the well, come back to the highway, drive all the way to Ordway, go specifically to the Family Dollar or specifically to JR's, and then turn right around and come back. Now, I asked the ladies in the office to help me understand why our truck would be there. I could not get an answer. They just don't know. I tried to communicate with an employee. I did not get a good answer. Rather than make this an employee's issue, it should be a policy issue. I think anytime our truck, especially if it's going to town, every day to the Family Dollar store, probably on a personal run, that's got to stop. That's probably $20 a day between labor, gas, we're wasting. So I ask that from now on, anytime a work vehicle leaves the town except to go to the well, somebody gets a text, plain and simple, or a justification of why our truck is at a personal store in town 3-4 days a week. So I'd rather adjust it in policy. Let's make a rule that if the truck goes out of town, we know, period. That way it's not on the employee, it's on the town.
oh, yeah, they have to go to Ben's to get gas.
They do. And
And I know they go to Ben's for tires, because that's what Gary refers to.
oh, absolutely.
Not you, Gary, the other Gary.
Ben's ain't JR's though.
Huh?
Ben's ain't JR's.
It's not Family Dollar.
It's quite a difference.
I wanted to get earlier about this. Yeah, about that. Here is one of that right there is the Family Dollar. That over there is the tax. So yeah, sometimes we're gonna make that. But we don't own that. We don't own that. We don't own that. I'm not trying to argue employees, but I'm.
Why wouldn't you target the employee?
Well, because that is the supervisor of that department's job. My position is not over the maintenance department. My position hopefully will be over the office. Rather than me try to be the guy that wants to, I'm not going to target
That's all you
anyone
have to
fully.
say.
And if you wanna mention something employee specific in an open forum like this, that employee has to be here so that they can defend themselves per statute.
And I'd really rather just change the policy. Whatever's been happening for the last few years, there's a lot of that. From here forward, we're gonna operate like a business. Our people are gonna come and go, we're gonna know where they are, we're gonna know what they do, and we're gonna pay them for it. That's how it works. So can we get that motion?
Yeah, I think, if I brainstorm, I think it's,
Incentive.
I'm trying to think how to word that.
If the town truck leaves town, other than the wells,
But can we say that because we've got a trash truck that's in and out of town?
I mean the brown truck.
The gray one?
The old stop.
No person there, it's okay.
Can we table this and maybe talk about?
Is something gonna happen at the next meeting?
Yeah. We'll come up with.
Put it on the agenda?
Put it on the agenda, happy to put it on the agenda, and we'll come up with a policy.
I'm very negotiable. I don't actually want to make it about a person. I just don't want our trucks in town
Absolutely.
on our dime.
I agree with that, so we chat tomorrow sometime. We will come up with a policy together, I will do that. How does that
That's good.
sound?
That's great. That is democracy right there.
There you go.
And that's all I've got.
Just to let you guys know, Caleb looked it up real quick. It is, for the first 3 months, it's $20 a month. Every month thereafter, it's $40, and then $10 per user account a month. So we have 11 people. Well, 10 now.
I'll do more research for the agenda.
Look at the part-time. Part-time, it's the exact same thing as we could do there.
I'm flexible. I'm just trying to get,
It's called part-time. And I think it's like $300 a year that you can have up to 25 employees. So it's gotta be more than that, because I have like a full 30 employees that can log in. Everything's done from your phone. You can do exactly what we're gonna do.
you understand what I'm trying to do.
Yes.
I am very flexible with the software, who, how, when,
Yeah.
but our current system does not.
And part-time also does the reports. So all Vicky would have to do is run my report and say, like Michael Bishop, and then you have all the dollars
Outstanding.
out right there.
That's what we need.
So, yeah, part-time. Gary? Okay. Cody? Joe? Nothing?
I got something. For the people that cannot get through the phone until you get what you're gonna do, and they try to call and give it, pay their bill for the trash, will it be okay, have them make a money order or something where we can take it and then bring it into you guys?
Yes,
Or
well,
is that gonna
That might get complicated. No.
yeah,
You're not bounded to hand the money.
Alright.
I wouldn't want to be responsible.
Just call me like you did the last one. We will straighten them out. I'm gonna be working with the ladies. We're gonna get the billing straightened out. A lot of this is, give me 90 days. If I don't do it, it's my fault, but give me
Got
90 days.
45.
We're gonna straighten this out.
I just wanna make sure, just because there's a lot of people that want it, you know what I mean?
I have a bunch of stuff that you can wait. It's stuff that needs to be handled in the future. So I think everything can wait. I have been helping the girls out in the office. I put enough stamps on letters today to float a boat, so we could float clear to China on all those stamps.
Why do you not use digital stamps?
Well, that was my question about 4:00 today when my fingers were going numb.
Yeah.
Because we could print it
I would
to
think that's what
come
we
on the bill. And so we are going to definitely look into that one next week. Because my fingers are not.
Sorry.
Pull it.
It's just too late.
It's probably an affordability issue right now.
Oh, yeah.
It
It was like really expensive the last time we looked into it.
It might be. I think that's what happened the last time, right? We wanted to do it.
Yeah.
We just couldn't afford it because it gets started with the permit fees is kind of expensive, but it's so nice.
I think it's still
But
cheaper
what
for
we're
us to get
spending is
postcard stamps and paper.
We're gonna spend anyway.
What are we spending, late?
Well, yeah, well, mine was volunteer, but what if I'm not around?
Well, say $18 an hour. or something like that.
Exactly. So we need to look into that, we're looking into that. So anyway, if there's nothing else, I would like to call for a motion to adjourn. Thank you. I have a first from Eric and a second from Ron, and all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Welcome to Joe, welcome to Jay.
We did it without yelling, folks.
Yes.
Nobody yelled at anyone.
I mean, there's a small tip.
It's the first try. Give me a month or a year. It's progress. We all just act like adults when we make it through.
It's cool to be able to assume that all of us are someone.
I'm not even in it.
So I'm like, I'll do this old lady box.
You don't know that?
Yeah, she usually do last. I stick up for people when I try to do
The best thing about those queens. These things mean that we're going to This yard thing?
Yeah, no problem. No, you're fine. I was telling another lady, it's a freshman, just talked to someone who asked me, so am I, oh my God.
I wasn't there, but just from what happened last time.
Yeah.
Customers.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what you get.
I've seen
I
it
get
before. Made about 5 million.
Yeah, I'm glad, because
Yeah, that's why they're like, it's cheaper for us to get our
I'm glad. No, I don't have to worry about it.
I gave him right back. I only came because I figured something was gonna happen.
That's how we get rid of that. I want to get rid of this shit situation.
trying my hardest to not say words.
Here, Joe, they don't first always give them to you, for you to keep it for the next time.
He's a hired gun.
Hey.
All that stuff you gave me.
He's a killer.
And then he comes back. Hello. Where's your buddy? She didn't show up.
Unlike everyone else around here, you got to call her mother.
Fine. You guys been out for 10 years since I moved here.
She might as well be your wife, man. You spend more time with her than anyone, Joe.
All right.